Oh, Nintendo, you really know how to make a Wario happy.
They do care!
Welcome everybody to the month of February 2023, the month that Nintendo remembered Wario. It had more than just WarioWare.
Yeah, they actually remembered that he also had the land games. And, funny coincidence, because this was technically next on our docket. Wario Land 3!
For the Game Boy Color, because, to quickly explain, for Icky, they have given us on Nintendo Switch Online Shadow Drop, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance online libraries to eventually play through.
I apologize, but no matter how hard I cross my I's and dot my T's, the Game Boy logo does not even remotely resemble the GameCube logo.
And that was the day that we learned that Wario's plane ran on Happy Thoughts.
Yeah.
That they just immediately just...
You got to be goofy like me.
I killed Wario. Happy February for everyone.
You killed Wario with cynicism. How dare you? Anyway,
That's my job!
You trust a flock of beavers to repair your plane one time, and it... Anyway, sorry, go ahead, James.
Flying beavers.
so after the events of Wario Land 2, Wario's no longer in his castle, but he's rather just flying around in the sky on his bulldog. But a random accident occurred that pretty much dropped him and his plane crashing down to a nearby forest.
Oh!
Why can't we play in Nihongo?
Huh? What happened?
Well, I guess while I'm here, may as well check out the sights.
Why is he dressed in white?
That's it. That's how he looked on the Game Boy. Limited color sprites at times, and besides, don't forget. Up to this point, he was mainly seen on things like the Game Boy with 1 and 2. So I think they're just going off what they knew. And
So in a nearby cave, Wario stumbles across a beautiful-looking music box, but one that has magic powers.
Beyond his comprehension.
Oh my
Boop. You peer too deep into it, and it'll almost feel like you're inside the box itself.
hours have passed.
Man, he has a very loud sound of snoring.
Oh yeah, no, he's a slob.
Oh, dude, have you never heard him rage nap?
No.
What's the rage nap?
How do you rage nap?
Watch
I
Wario
found the
Gold.
way.
Oh, you scared me.
A hidden figure.
Are you aware, Wario? This world is in the music box we're peering into.
That's nice.
I was the god that protected this world.
What?
Oh, okay.
Who cares?
But one day, a wicked being sealed away my power and took control of this world.
That's not nice.
That sucks.
Sucks to be you, bro. Wario. Yes, that's my name. I want you to find the 5 music boxes needed to... Hold on. Stop. I'm gonna stop you right there. 5 music boxes.
Inside a bigger music box?
Well, you know the drill. Find them, break the seal, and restore my power. Oh, and if you find them, I'll send you back to your own world, and all the treasures you can find in here are yours to keep.
Oh.
Will you help me?
Well, you did say treasure.
You can say the magic word. You got it.
The treasure might better not be friendship.
Nah.
And so, Wario Adventure begins.
Out of the woods.
In a bleak black and white world.
So, right off the bat, Wario Land 3 is very... I want to say... In some ways it's very linear, but it's also kind of open-ended in its approach. Because, right off the bat, we'll be going to the first level, Out of the Woods. First things first, he can still do his shoulder bars like before. You can also do a, charge into slide combo. But there is, unfortunately, something that occurred while during the off time between 2 and 3, in that he pretty much forgot everything else he knew.
Huh?
So we're gonna have our work cut out for us. However, what he did not forget was however what Wario did not forget from his time in Wario Land 2 is how to basically be invincible.
Yep, no matter what happens, Wario can never die.
Yep, except for one weird instance, but that's long away. And what is this?
A key?
So the game's primary gameplay loop is this. In every level, there are about 4 keys, and they all link to 4 treasure chests.
Mm-hmm.
whenever you're inside a level, you have to go and find a particular, key of a specific color, and then take it to its treasure chest. And then once you open it up, that's pretty much the end of your time on the level there. Usually they have trinkets and stuff that'll help you progress to more levels. And oh jeez, things that don't immediately involve burning your bum on fire.
I will say, that was a very angry-looking tree we just passed.
Yeah, more on him later. Meet you.
Much later. Right now, he just doesn't want to talk.
Yeah.
What? He doesn't want to turn that frown upside down.
Nope. But otherwise, just mind the gaps, find the enemies, and whenever
Mind
you
the
find a
caterpillars.
matching key with a matching treasure chest.
So it's kind of like the color buttons in Wario World, and the
Something
color
like that, yeah.
chests.
Kind of.
It's
And
an
not
axe.
too dissimilar to that. An axe!
This will this will absolutely heighten his mood, if you know what I mean.
You know what? In fact, forget the music boxes. I'll just use this to break my way out.
smashes the glass.
Hassan, why?
He's got the right idea.
But yeah, so now the idea is that
We just
as
killed
you go-
him!
No, not the big
Oh.
tree. So anyway, we've actually now
By the
opened path.
way, that axe is just one use.
Yeah, that opened the path to two new levels now. And so that's kind of the big gameplay loop now, is it's almost a Metroidvania of sorts where,
It's nighttime.
That's right. Wario Land 3 also runs under a day and night cycle, and the levels do change accordingly.
Yep.
Now, say if in the event you come across a fork in the road, or heck, maybe it's been a long time, you haven't played the game in a while, you forgot exactly where to go next. Well, the hidden figure in the temple will help you out.
oh, okay, let's see.
Hey, what's up?
Talk to me.
Head for the peaceful village.
Okay.
Okay.
You the boss.
Go stop at the inn and take a shower.
You desperately need it.
This doesn't look very peaceful at all.
No, in fact, it looks very decrepit.
Looks like we're underground. What the fuck?
And not just that, during the nighttime, the peaceful village is running rampant with zombies!
Ah! Holy shit!
You ever have one of those days you just wish you'd stay in bed?
You ever have one of those days where you suddenly turn into a big booger?
Oh, I feel much better.
So yeah, most if not every transformation from Wario Land 2 returns in Wario Land 3, and there's a couple of new ones on top of that.
Robot!
A springy robot. Oh, actually, I've been meaning to ask about those things. Because even I played this game a lot, but I never really bothered to go for all of these music coins.
Every level has about 8 of those music like giant coins with a musical note on them. As far as I'm concerned, if you manage to collect all of them in a level, then you unlock a certain area of the game that. I mean, okay, I'll just be 100% honest. Even I have no real clue on what they do. And
Okay.
oh, you stuck down there, big guy? Well, tough break.
We'll have to help him out later.
You're on your own, Buster.
I share your pain.
That is a mood.
So long, sucker!
So,
Don't be ashamed of being fat. Embrace the fat.
But yeah, as far as the music keys are the music coins are concerned, all I know is that it unlocks like some sort of area. But otherwise, I don't immediately know what else they do. Like they're so scattered throughout, and whenever you clear a level outright, then you really have. Actually, now that I think about it, the key I want is over there, but there's no other means to get there, unless
Well, try going in that door.
no, not yet. We need
I become
to use...
one of the dead.
Here.
Just do not jump whenever on a thin platform.
Oh, I don't believe you.
I looked up what the musical coins do. Do you want me to explain what they do, or would you rather that be a surprise?
Go for it, because I'm honestly not going to make them a priority.
Yeah.
Collecting every single musical coin in the game nets you the last course in a mini-game that we can check out later.
Oh, the
Oh,
golf
okay.
one.
Okay, that.
I don't understand why, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's really that special, you need to collect every single one. Which, by the way, the game expects you to collect every single coin in a level in order to actually properly keep them.
Oh.
Because otherwise, they always respawn.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, so it's 8 red coins.
Essentially, yeah.
What's that, a glove?
No, it's half of a slab.
You
Oh,
need to find the other half somewhere.
and pray we don't suffer the curse, whatever it is.
Well, speaking of...
Okay, so,
So that's pretty much...
Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
Daytime!
The vast plain.
So how exactly do you see yourself going through them? What the fuck is that?
They're like cloud guys who just try to
I
like...
thought it was a snowman.
Nah, he's like a little cloud guy that tries to cover your view, so you have to, you know, just bonk him on
Buzz
something.
off!
Okay, so I did look it up. So we know it as mini golf, which I think actually we're going to now. I think in this level we'll actually first learn about mini golf.
Not this level. I think another level I'll be going to later on will be the first time we'll do it. Otherwise, here we're more so just doing the usual, heading from right to left, from left to right,
Oh.
and
Who's that guy?
Who is that?
that's the Mad Science Team, and he has a potion that lets us turn invisible.
For a little while.
Isn't he
That's
the
a lot.
same little weirdo that we find in Wario Land 4?
With the big head? I don't think
Yeah.
so.
It's implied to be, yes,
Okay.
even though they look almost nothing alike.
Okay.
Maybe it's his ancestor?
Maybe. One other thing worth mentioning is that in Wario Land 3's case, they don't explicitly say it in-game, but apparently he's a, let's just say he's probably one of the only real allies Wario has in this adventure.
Okay.
For reasons we're not going to get into right now.
Okay.
Well, if I can
uh,
ask, do any other people outside of that mysterious hidden figure and that mad scientist scene exist in this place?
Not really.
Like, are there non-playable characters outside of just basic enemies?
Not really. No, Wario and this guy right here are really all you get.
Yeah, Risky ain't around, and yeah.
Risky.
You
Not
mean,
Risky,
Syrup?
Syrup.
You know, whatever happened to her after I punched her lights out a few years ago?
I
Ah.
think she's in an irreversible coma because of you,
You'd have to
Wario.
wait until a Wii game to ever cover that again.
It took her 10 years to recover from that fateful incident.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I just got you a coin.
But yeah, I did look it up. It was basically once you find all of the crayon treasures, that's how you find the Mega Mini Golf, and all you get for the musical coins is just a new course to play in Mega Mini Golf, and literally there's no reward for it. The game is its own reward, apparently.
Yeah, I guess so. Which, speaking of, that being the only real point of the coins, surprisingly, unlike Wario Lands 1 and 2 beforehand, even Virtual Boy Wario Land, coins in this game are very downplayed in terms of their overall importance. You're primarily gunning for the treasure.
That's fair. Yeah, no, the treasures are the main ways of progression. For instance, now we have acquired, only half of something.
The other half of the slab.
Which we need.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because I forgot, we got the other slab from the village. So let's see what we got.
With their powers combined,
It's a perfect fit!
they insert into the door, and a new way through the music box opens up.
Which actually allows us full access to another part of this chapter, because if you look at the upper left, our compass rose, there are actually four main
tornado.
little, I guess you could consider them worlds, four main areas of levels to explore around the compass. So if we go over here to the western side...
That's nice. Anyway, while we're still here, now we're going through the desert ruins, and this is a level they expect you to actually play twice in the exact same rotation.
Right, because there's two treasures here that we can acquire.
If I may ask, if coins aren't as important as they were in Wario Land 1 or 2, yet you're invincible so you can't take damage and you don't seem to really lose coins upon getting hit by something, what's the point of getting hit at all?
It's mostly an inconvenience.
Well, is there any punishment for what you do in this game?
Honestly, it's just time.
I mean, yeah, it's mostly time, because, sometimes there will be a case where they pit enemies against you in very tighter platforming challenges, and say if you get hit, you'll immediately fall off and have to make the whole trek again.
But is there a way to game over, necessarily? Like a fail state?
Gaming over... Actually, this is the first Wario... Well, okay, not the first Wario Land, but you can game over in this game, but not until the very end of the game.
Huh.
Yeah, there's literally only one moment where you can actually be put in a position of, nope, try again. Beyond that, basically, I mean what I say when I say that it's mainly done by... Ah!
Wow.
Oh,
Okay, we're good.
Wow.
It's kind of a stealth section.
Wario is capable of actually restructuring himself back together after being sliced in half.
It's just like
Yeah.
that happens. Wario pulls himself back together. It's like, how rude.
That was weird. Oh no!
Yikes!
Yeah, this is what I mean. This is what I mean, Nikki. By literally the worst thing you can lose is time. In these levels, if you get hit by something, you usually, at worst, you'll be sent back and have to redo what you just did and just be more clever and careful this time. Otherwise, you risk
Wario
going
was
through
not
it
careful
all.
and clever this time.
Otherwise, you risk doing it all over again. But that's it.
Okay.
It's basically I didn't want to use such a strong word as a waste of time, but basically that's what these obstacles can become if you're not careful. I would say that even more so than 2, I think that's what 3 brought to the table was more puzzle, more platforming.
I really thought I could cheat that part.
I know. More puzzle platforming based around the various forms or effects that Wario can take on. And oh yeah, nice. Our first red chest.
Sweet.
So would you say that this entire game is the equivalent of just a massive treasure hunt and nothing more?
Yes.
You're not too off. You are not too far off there. There will be boss battles and actual enemies to be worried about, but I mean, like they're unfortunately pretty rare.
They're a little rarish, though I'll also give this game's credit. I'd also argue that the game's overall pacing is a lot better than Wario Land 2's, because, like, the levels don't usually take... Like, getting to a treasure usually doesn't take too long in a level, and there's 4 of them to find overall, so...
And there's a lot, and all the interactions, and, like, it's like... You're never left going like, okay, where do I... You're very rarely left in a position of, well, great, where do I go now? Like, usually almost every treasure you find will either lead to unlocking a new level or unlocking something new in a level you've already been to.
Then it helps that whenever you collect something, like a treasure, it zooms back out to the world map to show you what you've affected. So...
Yeah. And at any time, and I want to say if at any point in time you save and quit... Or if you leave any level, there'll always be like a little twinkly just to remind you, hey, this is where something new happened. Go check that out.
I see.
Definitely whenever... At one point we were theorizing if James or myself would try and do a co-op thing. Basically the point being that when it came to the
One of your
Wario Land
Wario's
series...
legs and the other is Wario's arms.
Oh my gosh, only if there was a way we could pull that off, that'd be crazy. But wildly...
No, but believe you me, we'll have something similar whenever we do original RE4 later.
Yes.
Man, that's gonna be fun.
I'm surprised I got James Man to laugh that hard.
Because it's a silly idea of just like imagining Octodad
Wario
or
Quap.
Wario just like flailing around. Like, oh. But in any case, like basically, like when it came down to Wario Land, this was the game that I played the most. This was my first introduction to Game Boy Color, and oh no.
Admittedly, outside of like 1 or 2 clips of the final boss, I have never seen this game in action.
Really? Well, hopefully this will be fun enough to show. It's I would certainly say, in comparison to his previous adventures, I say this is probably the wackiest of Wario's adventures.
It's definitely the most surreal. Not counting, the crazy shit that can occur in Wario Land 4, but that's almost cheating
fair.
considering that that's running off of much stronger horsepower.
Right. Which, as a side note, since Game Boy Advance is on here, Nintendo, please give us Wario Land 4.
Please, and thank you.
I'm surprised they didn't release it at first.
Well, I think it's primarily because they wanted to highlight WarioWare Inc. instead, which pretty much is just... It was
Mini-games.
made by the same people. It's got a very similar tone, just, replace platforming with the minigame fest.
What's this, a piece of paper?
I believe so. It's the other half of the note that we found earlier.
We can combine the two of them.
If we look on the back, will there also be a letter?
It reads, buy more giant paper.
Oh. Just like that, huh?
No, it's actually an incantation which shoos the tornado away.
Okay.
Allows us passage to the volcano. Hype, what do you think about, just in general, even between this game and just, what are your thoughts on us finally getting able to play Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games on the Switch?
It's exciting. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of us kind of knew this was gonna be coming. Like, I know there are some people, Icky included, that were kind of hoping that GameCube stuff would get here first. I personally figured that, like, as nice as that would be, like, the Game Boy stuff would have been, like, a lot easier for them to implement since, not for nothing, I feel like the NSO is still kind of experimental in a case, so I feel like doing Game Boy stuff would be a lot safer for them to do. And again, like, there are a lot of games from both those consoles I do think are worth preserving, this one being one of them, and I'm really looking forward to playing all the other ones that they. Oh boy.
Yeah, something is unfortunately preventing the minecarts from running, so we have to actually need to use this slope to find our next solution.
I gotta be honest, I can't accept the idea that, oh, they're putting on the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games on the NSO as an experiment.
I don't think it's an experiment.
Because we already had a working system with a virtual console, it's just that they barely did anything with them.
Well, I'll give them a better defense this time around, because what this service does now that those lacked is proper multiplayer support.
Right.
Which is something that even in the emulation scene is an absolute pain in the dick to work around.
I guess.
And now that we have a proper, working solution to that, means that, maybe down the road we'll actually get to do Amazing Mirror for the channel with 4 players.
Yeah, that's also like another thing that caught me by surprise, and like I say this knowing that it's going to be a good while if ever she joins us again. Like the second I saw that Amazing Mirror was on that lineup, my first initial thought was Seely's going to be happy.
It's fun. Now, there's really only one main thing we're trying to figure out.
Whoa,
hey, money. There is one.
I mean, real quick, I will say, even though,
a boss.
Our first boss.
A Daruma.
But what was I going to say?
Was it in response to what I was saying about Amazing Mirror?
Well, no. What I was actually going to bring up is, ow! No! Wait! Stop!
This is
Help!
and this is the part where we may and this is the part where we may at times we may
get a consolation prize.
We may resort to using load states only because that's basically how every boss fight works. It has to be a perfect hit run, otherwise.
Also, it's like the Captain Syrup thing from Wario Land 2.
Yeah.
Oh, just boss fights in general from Wario Land 2. Like, if you end up fucking up like that, then obviously, yeah, you're gonna... that's pretty much it. You lose.
Yep, you gotta go back.
That's kind of lame.
Well, I mean, that's the only way boss fights can properly work in Wario Land, because you can't die. So they have to find another means to punish you.
So, at the very least, the good news is that the boss fights are gonna be pretty simplistic. They're not gonna throw too many wacky, effects at you, and, okay, hang on.
Yeah, that's cute.
Bye!
Whack! There you go.
That's it?
Yep. And
yeah,
now,
that's it. That's the fight.
Now we can ride his hammer up a level without going too high.
And...
what the fuck's the point of that hammer?
To get that.
Take us up here.
It turns into a platform? Just like that?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, listen,
silly.
We're currently in a world inside of... Oh, hell.
Overalls?
We are in a music box.
Adios overalls! Wait a minute, these things aren't gonna fit me!
And we just bought some brand new overalls out of a treasure chest. The logic has been tossed out the window. Let's see what our new duds can do.
Man, now I'm just thinking, let's see.
So the overalls give us the ability to ground pound again.
Huh.
They are, I want to say, actually, I think they're overalls of steel.
Okay,
He's got overalls of steel.
That's funny. For some reason, I just imagined this visual gag of Wario trying to put them on at first, but the person that made them did not expect a Wah-sized person to find them. So it's like Wario puts them on, and it's like, because of how small they are, it's like his entire body squished up just to fit into them.
Do these ties make me look fat?
Like I said, they're literally Mario-sized.
Yeah.
But then Wario has to put them on.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine if Wario accidentally stumbled himself into another Mario RPG and, one of the many, armor sets that Mario could find for himself. And Wario finds it and, decides, heck, I'll make the most out of it.
Honestly, honestly, if you don't mind my going on a bit of a personal rant, that is still something that, to heck with people's problems with modern Paper Mario, I'm still surprised that not a single Mario RPG, period, has ever thought to use Wario to some capacity.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
I mean, there were plans to have Wario in Superstar Saga as, a cameo appearance, but that
that ended up being scrapped.
Yeah.
It's
kind of a bummer, all things considered, but,
Okay.
Oh my god, come to think of it, considering Superstar Saga is on the surface, we'll finally be able to see Geno again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh yeah.
Unless they just...
Minigame clip. What?
They can't censor out the thing in that original sprite. In the other one they couldn't. Oh.
Well, what I was saying
Mario,
is that,
Mario mirrors my expression exactly.
Well, this is a load.
It's I'm sure that is the case, Logan. But for some reason, I'm just thinking
What's that?
oh, it's just a fat boy. I was just about to say.
Okay.
I'm sure they wouldn't get rid of the Geno cameo, but there is a part of me that's wondering that, like, what if Square really were that salty that they forced them to pull a Miss Pac-Man and edit the ROM of Superstar Saga just to remove Geno?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that'd be so
holy
petty.
shit. If they did...
If they did, there'd be a highlight about it right about now.
That's true, because people are playing it as we speak, because, again, it all went live. And I'm very stoked to, alright, let's hope we have enough coinage.
Yeah, I believe we do. It's
Oh.
time to play some golf, everybody!
Yay!
Ooh.
Look at Mario's bop.
1 play, 10 coin.
Let's see how we do.
Okay, Wario is here on the green. He's about ready to make his first putt.
Hey, this looks familiar.
A little. Wherever the icon is, that shows where max power will take us.
I think this is what they based the mini-golf minigame in, WarioWare Twisted. I think they based that off of this.
Oh, unfortunately, that landed in the rough, so Wario's gonna have to try that again. Oh, and then when you do the bunker, Wario's not having a very good time at golf today. Let's see if he can still manage to break a par.
Oh,
Looks like you did a trip there, Wario. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this.
He's not very good at this.
You got to
There
you
you
got to
go.
go par.
Just make sure you get in par and you're good.
And I was expecting it just to be purely Wario. I was not ready for Luigi's surprise cameo.
No, I was trying to do Waluigi, whispering
Oh.
to do Waluigi golf commentary with Wario.
We
don't
unlocked
know.
a block.
Uh-oh!
oh, wait, I couldn't... Dang it.
Oh, and the bad news is that the time... It's not actually based on time, it's based on how many times Wario collides with objects. So it sometimes take a bit. Anyway. By completing the mini golf quest, we now have access to the treasure. But I don't know. I don't think we have the key yet.
Is there a way to check?
Oh yeah, through the pause menu.
And Wario's like, is there a way to check?
Oh, and I think I know what we have to do. We have to get flat and go further to the right.
So, what is the point of collecting coins in this game? Does it add to the ending?
For the golf minigame, that's it.
That's
That's it?
Okay, so let him flatten
That's
you.
literally it. You need coins in order to actually access the minigames in the first place. Oh wait, what am I doing? I can't fit through that, even though I'm clearly like flat as a board.
So make sure to jump when this guy approaches.
Eyes
too.
off!
Aha! And now
You look so silly.
we can
No, it just leads you to a coin.
Oh, I really thought this.
Oh, what a
story-
ripoff. Are those gears?
Oh, I think we have to go up.
Did you say are those tears?
No, are those
Oh.
gears?
Oh.
Yeah, those are.
Oh yeah, those are
I don't
gears.
know. They're robots.
Well, I mean, we
This whole
did.
place is some.
Well, I mean, we,
You know what? It makes sense because don't forget this entire universe is a music box, so it makes sense that the Earth would have gears.
Oh,
and
the inner
chimes.
mechanisms.
Yeah.
yeah, I was about
That's
to.
a pretty cool detail.
Yeah, I was about to say. I thought you said tears, and like to be fair, we did see tears not long
tears
after
of-
this was unveiled.
Ha.
Yeah.
I am still vague on what they're gonna do. I see some.
I feel like there has to be one more direct between now and May. That's just going to give us the full rundown on what to expect out of Tears.
Like the
of the
bare
Kingdom.
basics of what's new, what to look
Yeah.
forward to.
How can Link grind like Sonic, and how can he build his own contraptions like Banjo and Kazooie?
How do we nuts and bolts? 1 coin.
Well, hold on. Before that, let's take a whiff out of the pot of cloud.
Ew, it farted.
My uncle's ashes.
Well, there they go.
Don't ask what they were doing inside the music box.
And now we made a lake.
And don't ask how they summon storms. He was into some weird things.
Over-
Anyway.
Punch controls the weather.
That's pretty poetic and a town in chaos.
Uh-oh.
As opposed to the peaceful village.
Ironically,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
let it be like the most peaceful area in the game compared to the peaceful village.
Where should we head to next?
You go to the pool raid. It's not quite as chaotic.
All right.
Okay.
It's not that cold.
Now I'm trying to figure out when we will get access to our next like when we actually will get access to the actual first music box.
Hopefully, I don't think it should be too much longer from now. Oh, another thing Wario forgot between games: how to properly swim.
Oh.
Well, you know what they say. Fat floats.
Mr. Wario, sir, I'm pretty sure that's air in your lungs propelling you up. So what you mean to say is this is not fat, it's just me gigantic lungs.
Oh.
You know, I was always under the impression that the only reason people float on water is because there's so much salt.
Yeah.
So the whole world is literally covered in its own salty tears.
Man, that's a lot of Smash Brothers players.
I'm not sad at the world. The world is sad with me.
That sounds about right.
Only in Planet Wario would that actually be true.
The entirety of Planet Wario is rained on by the salty tears of Smash Brothers players.
Have you ever stopped to think for a moment what would the geography of Wario World be like? Planet Wario, I mean.
Well, we already brought up that Wamerica would be on his nose.
On his nose, right on his. On
No,
the
that
nose.
would be like where his castle's at.
Wait, exactly, well, America.
It'd be like deep in the center of it.
Oh, that
Or maybe it could be his teeth.
Oof. No, that's like the lower quarters, I guess. Or like the industrial park where they have all the smelly stuff.
Makes sense.
He does it.
That's like the industry city. His left eye is where the common folk.
Maybe slamming on the first one will make it higher, and then this goes higher. Yep. Okay, that should be high enough.
These are some weird nails.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Easy
I mean,
times.
creates a... Again, we're in the music box. Logic barely plays much of a... This may as well be Wario's equivalent to, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wario
So
in the music box.
He does it.
Same concept.
Welcome to my Wonderland!
Wario.
Wario's Wonderland.
Welcome to my Wipeout Wonderland. But
I just had a horrible thought cross my mind.
What's up?
yeah.
What's
Wario's
that?
Wonderworld.
You ponder that while Wario grabs his lucky dime.
Wario's Wonder World.
This is a dime.
I was about to say, didn't we joke about that back in Wario World?
No.
I feel
Yeah.
like we had to at one point.
It happens. We just
Did
enjoy
we?
it.
Because I remember, because, like, James shouted that out in the Wario voice. It's like, that actually sounds kind of cool.
I wouldn't be against it. Also, how's this a town? This is clearly a cityscape.
What's the difference?
A town is a smaller municipality, I suppose.
Well,
Okay, then you say that, then what's the
It's
village?
gotta have a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker,
No.
a few little houses, a mail stop,
You say that's what a town is, but what's a village?
a couple of houses.
All I know about a village is that it takes one to raise a child.
well, all I know is that, like, we point out the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker.
Bear just
but-
has the.
I was about to say, we point out the butcher, baker, and candlestick maker, but what about the mime?
We don't talk about the mime.
What about the mime?
He was in the village, too?
Was he?
Yeah.
What about the YMCA?
What was his name? And why are there eggplants and peppers and tomatoes on the wall? What the fuck is this town?
Well, to answer your question, they never gave the mime a name, not even in the show.
Just
Oh.
mime?
Yeah.
The mime?
Oh, see, I know. Backing up on those bears, the freaking just
Uncle
they
the
just-
Mima?
They just had the perfect look on their face of like actual, just like, what the hell just hit me? Did that man just butt me with his shoulder?
Am I in a Wario game again?
You sure are.
Oh,
But not for long.
Careful around those bears, by the way. If they see you, they're gonna shoot out like a whole hunk of ice at you.
Excuse you?
yep.
see?
Which will send yep.
Oh no, I killed my cousin!
Oh, they're the fucking... They're the fucking... what was it? Pepsi? The Pepsi polar bear? Or was it
Oh,
Coca-Cola?
Pepsi-
the Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola.
bear.
I don't even know. I don't know if Pepsi ever had a mascot.
Pepsi Man?
Pepsi Man. Oh, but only.
Oh my god! How could I forget about that?
I love that reaction. Like, the minute we point out Pepsi Man, it's
Where's
like,
Pepsi Man HD?
I love how, like, the second we remind you of Pepsi Man, you're like,
Well, because at that exact moment, I was taking a drink of a different beverage, and like you said a little bit, I was like,
You were
"Oh,
drinking
mm."
Coke as you
I did not want to spit take, but I was literally like, oh my god! Like, how
I
could
dare not
forget
reveal
about
the
Pepsi
Coca-Cola
Man?
swelling in my jowls.
How could I forget Pepsi Man and everyone's favorite character, Fat American Man?
is his actual name Fat American?
hey, let's
No,
play the
no.
game!
Yeah, but
No,
no,
it's
but
let's
no.
start the game.
Let's start the game, and then apparently, if you beat the game, he does a little dance and like
And then he
jumps on
goes
his like,
running off
shirt.
to the bathroom.
Yeah, no, it's such a weird game. Anyway, with that switch, that'll now toggle all the blocks on and off.
One thing I'll say right off the bat, something else. Ugh, what should I say? Something else I'd like to bring up regarding Wario Land 3, at least, especially compared to the sequel. It's like they really made Wario, especially, a lot more expressive in both his movement and his expressions.
I think so, yeah.
I was about to say, he's very well animated compared to 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, I guess that just comes natural when this is literally the game that came out right at the turn of the millennium.
It was
Yeah.
the year 2000. They had to hit they had to strike while the iron was hot.
There, this will allow
Yeah,
us to get
especially
out
when
of here.
Wario was still going strong.
Right.
When Wario still had it in him.
When he still had 2D platformers, unlike his no-good nemesis Mario.
Turn to the Moanium.
I wonder how Old Man Mr. Wario Land feels about these developments.
Again, the closest that we've ever gotten, the closest thing we've ever gone to. Oh, and hold it.
Yeah, hooey!
That was pretty cool!
Pretty. Well,
Far out!
I just flew in for the new
Wicked
ruins
sick.
level, and
Boy, are my arms tired. Wah!
A gear?
Now I want to.
Richard Gere?
Now I want someone to dub that. I want someone to dub that hype, but instead of the dude, take that like scream that people took for the helicopter crashing. Anyway, with this, we've now powered up the elevator.
The elevator to where?
The elevator to the other side of the music box.
That'll take us to the south side.
But we're on the west side.
Correct. Let's take it to the south
We're gonna
side.
go over to the west side.
Oh.
Oh, and actually, I think the Grasslands might actually be okay. So now that we head there next, in the middle
So
of the
how
night-
exactly do we plan on going about progression of this game, like from part to part?
Hey, just go ahead.
I'd say probably at the very most, I'll keep playing until I find my first music box, or until maybe an hour or so
That
passes.
sounds sensible.
Alright.
Like, if you know what you're doing, this game can go by a lot more quickly than Wario Land 2.
Really now? Well, I mean, Wario Land 2 required you to replay the game, like, several times for different endings.
That and the levels, by comparison, are a lot more... I guess that's one thing you could definitely say in favor of Wario Land 2 over 3, is that there's more levels and they're longer to boot.
Right.
Though I guess the longevity can also be its own
Nice.
source of a discussion.
Yeah.
Whereas with here, what we're seeing is that at the very least, the levels can be long, but it's because they're not linear, and I would say they're they're less maze-like. Oh, we'll be back here later.
I might have been looking wrong. Oh, I thought that was supposed to be like Super Pioro or something.
Nah, not
It does
super.
kind of look
this
like Hero,
early.
doesn't it?
Only
Oh
flying.
no! Oh, fell
And...
too far. Okay, let's get going back there.
If I
Go
could, sorry, I'm just thinking back. I know you said it ages ago, but it still put a funny image in my mind. Logan, you mentioned like Old Man Wario. Now I just have
No,
this.
I mentioned Old Man Wario.
Okay.
That was icky. No worries.
Well, Icky. Okay, well, I'll still say it to Logan because I think he might get a kick out of it. That mention of Old Man Wario, now it just makes me think of, like, just imagine Old Man Logan, but as Wario. Just like this old, grumpy, decrepit Wario on, like, this...
Just give me 5 more years. You'll be able to see it real quick. Oh no!
What have I done?
Think of who'd be a much worse curmudgeon, an old Wario or Cranky Kong.
Well,
Again,
Cranky's
they're in
already
the
a
war-
curmudgeon.
Cranky's already a curmudgeon.
And I was saying, don't
Why do you
forget-
think he's called Cranky?
Who do you think would be worse about that?
I don't know. Don't forget, they both were in the army.
Commander!
Cranky has seen blood.
Wario has two.
No, okay. If I recall, I think it's off the second step. Yes.
I've seen blood and barrels in my old youth.
But Cranky Kong, you see barrels now!
I mean real man's barrels, Donkey Kong.
You know what? I don't think we ever had two.
Yeah, I'm sorry, real quick. You say that, I was gonna say yes because they remind me of the war.
I don't know if we ever discussed this with you, Icky, because now they got me
Hold
thinking.
on. Save that for a second, Logan. You've never been launched out of the oaken barrel at 500 miles an hour across the ocean? I didn't think so.
And what I was thinking is, like, you mentioned, like, Cranky saying, like, well, I was in the war. Now I'm just imagining, like, this dramatic zoom in on Cranky's face while you hear, like, in the
Please
distance, like, gunfire and
You
monkey
hear like
screechings.
gunfire and
A Vietnam flashback. No.
the Viet Cong.
Oh, we don't. Also, I don't think we want to be here.
Weren't we just here?
I don't think we want to be here.
I was just trying to I was just checking to see if maybe there's something I missed.
Nah.
It just keeps going. We found the goodie in here. But no,
I guess it should be said, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't done a proper, run. I didn't actually do a test run of Wario Land 3 preparation for this. I mostly just did it because I had faith in myself that I'd get through this no problem, and for the most part, I have.
we want to start
It's
climbing
just that it kind of happened because, now that this thing just shadow dropped today,
Why
why
not?
not?
Oh,
yeah, we want to start climbing up to the right. Oh no, we're dizzy.
Oh, gee. Oh, that's right. I forgot. They brought back Crazy Wario, but made him dizzy now.
Okay, at least Wario wakes him up. Okay, what you want to do is you actually want to go up and to the right. Like, way up to the
I don't
right.
like how he baws like a sheep.
And actually, like, something that I wouldn't mind talking about, like, unless you wanted to save it to when we cover it proper, but the whole NSO Game Boy thing wasn't the only thing that they shadow dropped us with today.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
God.
yeah.
So stay tuned, everybody.
Today was wild.
It was a lot of fun stuff. So stay tuned. It was it is still my plan to tackle Wario. I will tackle him to the ground. No, it is still my plan. Also,
A worm!
also yeah, main boss time. I think this will. Oh no, that's it.
That's it?
Well,
Yep.
Oh,
So-
that was miserable.
Yeah, we gotta be careful. We want to bump him on the head. But anyway, it was my plan. Oh yeah, so you have to hit him once and then smack him on the head to do a real hit. But anyway,
Assuming my fat gut doesn't get in the way.
Yeah, I like his expression as he's going back on the ground. It's like, why I gotta.
oh, close. But yeah, it's my plan. It is still my plan to do Metroid Prime 2, but out of nowhere, I guess it's now a thing that nice
Ew, he shriveled up.
What a drama queen.
that Metroid Prime 1 Remastered was released. We still have no idea who are the ones responsible for it, but it is going to be on my to-do list to be tackling that live for this channel. And I'm excited to see what happens. Maybe I'll go for 100% completion. Who knows? Hey!
Oh, hey, look at that. We found our first of the 5 music boxes.
Oh, I thought that was a spinning wheel for a sec.
It's like a music crank, like from Donkey Kong Country 3.
Oh. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo.
That's what I'm
But believe it or not, even though it's one of the 5 magical MacGuffins across the world, it's not just there by its own title. It actually serves a function.
It does?
Play it!
What does it do?
actually, it kind of looks like the music box from the opening of Country 3.
Open the gates!
Release the drawbridge.
Or the bridge.
The big bridge. The battle for Big Bridge?
So, all things considered, we're still pretty early on. I mean, we made some pretty good time finding that first music box. We want to just keep going.
Yeah, why not? Let's
Do you
look.
feel confident in your ability to find the second one?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's see what happens.
All right, we're on to the big bridge. Hopefully, I won't come across any stupid ne'er-do-wells dressed up in Japanese garb.
Easy does it. Easy does it.
Is that
And,
something you want to tell us, Wario?
No, that's a whole
Do you need to talk, Wario?
That's a whole thing.
It all started when he stole my lucky penny, and I've never forgiven him since.
There's
What
the
a
chest.
jerk that guy was.
Okay, yeah, we want to go back to find the key. Anyway,
Yeah, and then he had to go futz off into another dimension.
every time. Oh, actually, the key. Oh, this is actually
Goddamn
super
time.
easy.
Oh.
So I can play right here. But where was I going with this? So Icky, because I don't think we'd actually had you here to talk about that. About the Mario movie.
No,
your
he's
thoughts
talked about
on?
it a few times.
What, the
Oh,
posters, you
but the recent trailer with the now you die.
mean? Oh, with Seth Rogen Kong?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of him?
It's weird to hear Donkey Kong speak outside of his cartoon voice.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
That, not to mention, it's just Seth Rogen being Seth Rogen.
Not probably better than his other Seth Rogenisms, I guess.
And again, the footage proved that he can laugh without sounding like a Seth Rogen laugh.
As long as he's not directed to sing at any point, then okay. Because he
Please
can't
have.
sing.
Yeah, no. This fish is starting to piss me off a little bit now. Just okay. And
They're pissing me off too. You're not alone.
You know
Okay, so that's the question I want to ask earlier.
yes,
If Wario were to be the mascot of, or like to endorse like some sort of like food, like brand name food product,
Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets.
Magic beans.
Magic beans?
It would be Hot Pocket, or especially because he could absolutely go toe to toe in a brawl in one Waffle House.
Waffle House.
The Waffle House.
Would he be a supporter of the Waffle House?
Yes, but he would also fight people.
Pancake.
Only
Whoa.
if it makes me money.
Also, hey,
A beanstalk?
now there's gonna be some new beanstalk platforms all over the place.
Oh, I thought it was going to fall into the water.
Nah.
All around.
You know, this whole system of collecting things and it affecting, like, various parts of the world kind of reminds me of Minish Cap.
Funny you bring that up, considering that's another game that was...
Which also released for the Game Boy Advance, NSO thing.
I am definitely, like, sometime after we finish recording, I'm definitely going to look forward into that, because I don't know if I brought it up before, but Minish Cap is one of my favorite Zelda games.
Oh, same
Aw,
here.
Nice.
I have a hell of a nostalgia for that one, so I'm pretty much on the same boat.
The only thing I haven't ever... I remember playing a good amount of it, but I just... Actually, you know what? I remember. There were two things. The first time I ever really played the game, what it was is because I remembered I played like a hero mode or hero mode hack or something like in a challenge without getting any heart pieces. And that was insane.
Why would you do that to yourself?
It was like a game for it was a
The
game
dark
forum.
nuts in that game are horrible.
I know. There was a game forum challenge that they were doing. You get a cool icon on your banner if you could provide.
And
proof
you
that
listen
did
to
it.
them?
Yes, it was fun.
You fell for the mob mentality?
The only thing I've never actually done in the game was I never really hunted after the friendship pieces or
The
friendship
kinstones?
the kinstones. I never really made a habit to hunt out for all of them, but
Oh, you're missing out.
who knows?
It's like half of the fun of the game.
Well, I guess I will have to do that now, and thank you,
Yes, you should.
coin.
Ah,
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
I'm excited for that. How about this?
they're literally the equivalent of bison dollars. Why would I even bother collecting these?
Bison dollars.
Because when he kidnaps their queen, you
Because
will
you get access to a mini game golf.
Because when he kidnaps their queen, then you will know the value of the bison dollar. I don't know. How about this, Icky? I'm actually curious. Oh, that's right. We actually need to go back and get plucked now because of doing that. I was gonna say, Icky, I'm curious, and I guess to hype into James as well. Yeah, let's just. Yeah, okay. Just don't get squished.
Run it back a bit.
Just.
Also, thoughts just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Given Wario's color scheme here, does it remind you of a certain somebody?
The Keebler Elves?
No, think a little further than that.
You know what, James? I see exactly what you're talking about, and I agree. He does look a lot like Anton here.
He does look a bit like the milkman from
he could be a little
Psychonauts.
more red. Not gonna lie.
He does look like the milkman from Psychonauts. Also, yeah. Also, yes. Come
My
here.
milk is delicious.
You know, I might not have been able to see the fucking GameCube logo, but I certainly see Hat Girl in his attire.
I am curious about that, Icky. What did you think?
The
of,
manliest
what-
platformer character.
What did you think of Pizza Tower now that's finally out, Icky?
I still haven't played it.
Are you wanting to?
Kind of.
Well,
I'd say I definitely recommend it. Like, it's fucking nuts. Is all.
If
get
it gets
out, but
a
it's
port
very
to
well.
Switch, then I'd be more inclined to play it.
Fair.
Oh, I don't think you're gonna make par.
Yeah, you really
No.
should have, like, aimed for the grassy bits.
Because I keep getting sand in my shoes.
you got this. You got this. We got plenty of money to spare. I want to say it.
Plenty of money and
What is this, sand or a litter box?
multiple coins to pay and infinite opportunities with the right tools.
Haha. Oh, that is true. I see what you're saying. Yeah, fair enough. So,
I
Alright.
love safe scumming.
aim for that grassy pit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like you really
Nice.
should have been aiming for the grassy bits the whole time.
Okay. This. Okay, don't. Okay, so don't undershoot a bit.
There you go.
Yeah, right on the money.
First try.
His eyes get all evil when he smiles.
Egg salad!
Yeah. There we go. So now we can
yeah.
do that. But anyway, so my question I'm curious about is more so with the first one. Also, make sure to come here at in
So what's
make
the
sure to
point
come
of
here
that
at
movie
night
following
because
you
the
around?
normally it would be a son who'd be very angry at you. So make sure to come here at night.
So it is a Mario game.
What does
Yes,
he do as a moon?
he just chills.
Not quite. He chills and he launches stars at you that nearly give you a heart attack.
Okay,
He makes stupid faces at you, I see.
okay, so be careful. The question I had is, now that we have these two new things, it may not be a GameCube, but what games for the Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance are you hoping to see added to the platform?
Pokemon Emerald.
Okay, that'll be Game Boy Advance, but okay, how about the... And here's the part I was more interested about, technically, because I'm very curious to see what of the library would, like, stand out. What of a Game Boy or Game Boy Color would you like to see added, like, to really make
Mother
it feel...
3.
That's Game Boy Advance.
Yeah? I have more memories of the Game Boy Advance than the Game Boy Color and Game Boy.
Okay, that's the point, then. James, who's older than Icky, what would you want from the Game Boy or Game Boy Color? Tell me about... And what VHS is your favorite?
Hey, I had those too, you son of a bitch.
Speedy Gonzales Aztec Adventure.
That would be interesting. I remembered a couple Scooby-Doo games on the Game Boy, like this on the Game Boy Color that I thought was pretty neat.
I had Legend of the Crystal Coconut on VHS.
True.
In all seriousness, no, as far as Game Boy stuff is concerned, I mean, Super Mario Deluxe kind of goes without saying. And the other Game & Watch Gallery games they haven't put on there yet.
Yeah, that's actually odd. They're giving us 3 so far, but not they're skipping a couple. And Mario Land 1.
I mean, I get it. They want to save some of the others for a future release, though. If it were up to me, I would have probably picked 2 over 3.
Yeah.
So does
But not that it matters all that much. They're all still fairly solid. What was that?
Does every treasure in this game have some form or function, or are some of them just aesthetic?
Most of them do, but there are plenty of optional ones that are just there for the sake of collecting them. Like one of them, for example, you can find, and I shit you not, is a Pokemon Pikachu.
What?
Yep. That's pretty much it. So others will appear useless at first until you...
Unfortunately, its batteries died along the way to the music box.
Oh, god damn it.
Beyond that, other...
Actually, no, I take that back. It's still running, but the Pikachu inside it died.
Wow. No, it's Pokemon. It didn't die. It just passed out.
This is where I want somebody to make an edit of that one Pokemon commercial, but instead it's Wario as the bus driver that crushes everything with all the Pokemon. I have them all now. Anyway, so okay, hi. What about you? What Game Boy or Game Boy Advance games would you like to see on the service?
Okay, well, I'll start off with Game Boy. Some of them that I wouldn't mind seeing is, since we're playing this, I honestly would love to see the first 2 Wario Land games on here as well. And, you know, one that I'm really surprised wasn't on there at launch, like, as much as I like Mario Land 2, I'm surprised we didn't get Mario Land 1 first.
Yeah.
I figured that would be, like, a goes without saying sort of inclusion, but I guess they wanted to, they wanted to surprise the player that they're not including it on the service yet. Kind of like how they haven't put Sonic 1 on the Genesis service yet, even though that's, like, one of the biggest, most obvious choices for a launch lineup.
These rings.
One Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy reunite!
I hate the tower. I hate that level.
A tower?
The Tower of Revival.
That's spooky.
But yeah, like, as far as, like, the only other Game Boy game that I feel like pretty much needs to be there is Donkey Kong 94.
Agreed.
Oh my gosh,
actually, you know what?
absolutely.
I'm surprised I didn't even consider that one, because, yeah, though, like, that's easily among the best, if not the best game of the Game Boy lineup.
Agreed.
As far as...
Also, and also Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the Game Boy Advance lineup.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'll use that as a segue. As far as, like, Game Boy Advance games go, did they confirm if Wario Land 4's coming already?
Not yet, though. I'm willing to bet it'll happen.
Okay, there's that. Let me see. I'm trying to think, because I know there's a handful of them I wouldn't mind.
Nice.
You know what? In a similar vein to how we've... what would you say? In a similar vein to how we now have Genesis games on the NSO, how about one of the Sonic Advance games?
Yeah, the Sonic Advance trilogy.
Oh
The
yeah.
Sonic Advance games would be kind of cool.
That would be nice. Yeah. No, I guess random thought, 'cause I don't know, especially because I think they did add it to Super Nintendo or Genesis. Is they did at one point make a couple Earthworm Gym games on Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
Oh yeah, the 1 and 2 ports. No, don't. They're already on the Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Oh no! I mean, like there was a different one. There was a different one that actually made it more like a 2D like world, like more open world kind of open level kind of platformer.
Oh, what was it called? Back to the Galaxy or something like that?
Dang, let me look that up because
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to put it on there, but I kind of think they should not bother because that game's a piece of shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Menace to the Galaxy. That was it.
Menace to the Galaxy. That's it.
It was a weirdin'. But
It was weird and also like there was that in 3D where they had the TV show in mind, even though the TV show ended like 3 years prior.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought of another one for the Game Boy Advance stuff. It's probably going to be redundant considering we do have the originals on the Super Nintendo online, but I'm just going to ask anyway, just for the sake of chuckles. The GBA ports of the Donkey Kong Country games.
Donkey Kong Land?
Yeah, Donkey Kong Land.
Well, I mean, there were the Game Boy Advance recreations of Donkey Kong Country, and I mean, I don't see them not doing that, considering that, especially with how the services relied on now, they could just re-release any port they want.
Yeah,
true.
What the fuck are these creatures?
They're puffy jellyfish?
They're jelly bobs.
Oh, jelly bobs. Oh,
They scare me.
Believe it or not, a good bunch of these enemies you come across do have names, and you'd only really know about them thanks to not Mario, but Dr. Mario 64!
that's right, because they introduced
What,
a bunch
seriously?
of characters. Yeah, Dr. Mario
Yeah.
64 had a lot of Wario Land enemies arrive and... Oh, okay. No.
A lot, like most, if not the entire cast of Dr. Mario 64 story mode came from Wario Land 3. It was
Really?
probably the most random fucking assortment of characters you can apply to a relatively small-scale Mario spin-off.
Yeah?
But at the same time, I have nothing against it.
The 64 and GameCube generations for Nintendo were very fucking weird. And that's kind of why I like them so much.
They're unique. Also, okay, I'm trying to think. There's any other games for the Game Boy. I think that's all I can think of at the top of my head.
Well, I mean, as far as Game Boy Advance games
we
are
want the pipe.
concerned, another thing they could probably include on there, with Namco's blessing, of course, is the two Klonoa games.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Game
the-
Boy GBA exclusive ones?
yeah.
Yeah, Empire Dreams and Dream Champ Tournament.
What about Klonoa Heroes?
That'd be a harder... In Japan, they would probably be possible, but here in the States, that'd be a harder
Oh,
sell.
that's right. I think the chest. Oh, that's right. The chest.
They're
at the bottom.
porting that weird assist trophy game. The one with the spinning bar.
Oh yeah, Kudo.
Yeah.
Basically, the one.
Oh, Kuda, that's right.
Basically, when I think of that gameplay, and we've talked about it before, a long time ago, I think I did a playthrough of this weird indie game called Roundabout, where you were a limo, where you were a
yeah.
stretchy limo that also.
I remember that one.
So yeah, that was based off. That's basically the Kudo gameplay.
the good old days.
So-
And I think the only reason why that got a re-release on our side is because there was a European version.
Yes.
So you can actually, understand
And look
it.
at this. We can swim.
Now we can swim again!
Just like a fish.
In terms of other big things that have happened that I can call Iki's attention to get him back up and running, the We Heart Katamari reroll has been announced
Oh,
for
I
Switch.
can't wait! Why does it come out in June?
No, we're not doing a whole playthrough of that game again because
Yes, we
did all
are!
of that. We did it all already. Okay, how about
Too
okay?
bad.
How about
Only,
okay? How about this? We can do a look at, and you can do the new expansion that they announced, where you play as the king of town. No, the king of all cosmos as a kid.
Or counter to that, do all of Katamari Damacy reroll first.
No.
Then we may consider doing all of the second game reroll again.
No. I'll play Katamari Forever first.
Oh, that's true.
Then
Yeah,
I'll
we
play
do.
We Heart Katamari Rerolled.
Yeah, we do gotta
At
do
least the
Katamari
new
Forever
stuff.
first. Yeah,
That seems fair.
yeah, we do gotta do Katamari Forever first. Because oh my god,
Which, by the way, do you have the PS3 emulator set up?
I mean I should still have it. I just gotta test out a couple more things. But yeah, I mean it's still up and ready whenever you are.
I am always ready.
Okay, well that could be something we could tackle this
Well,
year.
also be sure that your internet's in tip-top shape, Iki.
It should
Oh,
be
okay.
better now.
Oh, but you know what? I remember now what we were gonna do. Actually, no, nah. You know what? No, it may as well. I was trying to think if there was something else we wanted to do with Icky, and I mean, I know Triple Deluxe, but we just did Forgotten Land, so we'll do Triple Deluxe a little later, and then I know we gotta do Nirvana Initiative. But that's gonna be that'll be its own like summer vacation project for.
Yeah,
us.
let's wait on that one, please.
Aw.
But
I
hopefully
mean, it
we'll have-
has already been kind of a while since we played Somnium Finals, so...
But the other thing though, Icky, is I want to say I think we were gonna try and see if anyone else like Matt and were also interested in seeing the game as well, because not to say that James and I did not enjoy what we got from Somnia Files, but I think there are other people that enjoyed the
Hello.
world. Oh,
Something seems awfully peculiar about this setup.
What about
Oh,
it?
I know why. Because we have our next boss.
Oh.
It's a kitsune.
A ghost?
It's a haunted kitsune
Spooky.
who drops his ghoulies on you.
Don't touch those. They'll be
Does
bubbles.
this guy also appear in Dr. Mario 64?
Nope. The only boss, I think one of the only bosses that appear in Dr. Mario 64 is what was his name? Octo?
What's that, Goomba?
Kind of.
It's a chestnut.
A goom nut.
Okay, a Goomba.
Yeah, we need to aim it in just such a way that it...
That's kind of funny.
Go!
Hiya!
Booyakasha.
I don't
So
know
what do those spinny balls of wisp do?
They send you flying up.
Yeah, they'll grab you like a bubble and send you flying up into the air.
And what about the spike balls? The chestnuts, I mean.
They puff you up.
Yeah, any sort of pokey thing like Mario's allergic to many things.
Except a spiky shield by a common enemy just punches you back.
Wario is very allergic to things.
Wario's allergies are very selective.
Oh, and be careful, because by the third phase they start bouncing.
And also don't get touched by them.
And busted!
Nice!
Yeah!
And down he go.
Now we
You know, I probably could have peeled that off myself.
Yeah, you didn't have to do it for me. It takes the fun out of the challenge.
And if you're wondering why that's there, sometimes you get into an awkward situation where you beat the boss, but you don't have the key yet. But fortunately, we do.
Oh.
Yeah, so you gotta backtrack for that stuff.
Oh, that's gotta be painful.
It can be at the worst of times, yes.
Ta-da!
What's that, fan?
Yeah, a fan. You know, I was starting to sweat my nuts off here. I'm very grateful I found this.
Is it his biggest fan?
Not that big.
Big enough, I guess.
Big enough.
Because with those we shall fan out the fog in the forest. And it will take us to our final segment of the musical box.
Hooray! The
the
east
Stagnant
side.
Swamp.
Oh.
One thing about the east side of the music box that's very important to note. Once we get there, anyway. Because, once we get there... I mean, it's not going to be immediately obvious now, but this place suffers from eternal night. So no matter what, it'll always be nighttime here.
Eternal Night.
I want to say we can fix this later, but for now... yeah, all night. And I guess that did bring up a question I was curious about is... as we've been going through this area, we've been lucky enough that we've been finding, you know... we came across maybe one obstacle in the desert... when, you know, certain things were open
Whoa!
at night. Yeah, we gotta do that one more time. But I guess it's...
Oh, and by the way, even though we've learned how to swim now, that won't help you with this thick muck.
I think it's because it's too stagnant.
Ah. But I guess I was to say, James, are there ever situations where... or have you found any situations where you literally cannot progress through a level unless it is daytime again or nighttime again?
There are certain times. I want to say, earlier on in the desert area, where they expect you to go through that place twice. They do lock out, like, both halves of the, area depending on the time of day.
Or like in the... Or no, I think about it... Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, because that's something that I don't think we really talked about, the fact that, like, there is a day-night system, but it's not purely cosmetic. Some of the levels actually do change up how they play out, depending on whether it's day or night.
Oh, we're right back here again. And actually, that's right. Actually, the game was set up. Oh, the game was set up to make it pretty comfortable at first, because that's right. In the peaceful village, we could not have beaten it unless it was nighttime for the. I think it's down the ladder.
Yeah,
You're right. I just remember now. It's in the underground catacombs.
The undergrowth.
Oh.
Oh.
The underwear.
You want my underwear? You want my underwear? You want my underwear?
You want my underwear?
I gotta say, like,
Oh no, you can just go back the way we came.
I was about to say something, but then I realized, wait, we already just fucking said this like half an hour ago.
It's okay.
These stages at first seem kind of short.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, it's primarily short because, again, the whole structure of the game is you're trying to open up the multiple treasure chests in a level, and once you open one up, then the level's considered complete at a time.
It's like a Banjo-Kazooie thing, but again, honestly, I'm okay with it. It kind of becomes a sort of
A flute?
It kind of becomes a procedural Metroidvania of sorts, where you're discovering new things from one step to the next. What can we?
But do you go the same way, like the same order of levels every time you play the game? Or can you choose to, like, progress, like, say you find a treasure chest
Actually, hold on.
hang on.
Hold that thought. Allow me.
That's a weird looking flute.
And he just aims this thing right at his derriere.
Oh,
No.
I could absolutely see that.
Alright, Capcom, where's my paycheck?
So what does that do? Huh?
It summons the snakes of the land.
The snake?
The sneaky snakes. Because remember, we see it.
Wiggling and a hissing.
We've been seeing a couple pots everywhere.
Not just any snakes, but probably the most overgrown anacondas this side of the west.
Fire-breathing anacondas.
Yes, they also breathe fire.
Are they evil snakes?
They can be pretty evil if you piss them off. Let's go check it out.
Or can they be ambivalent snakes? Can they be benevolent?
They're more so neutral.
And as a quick thing to you, Icky, like right now, we technically could go to multiple levels at once, but James is going to talk to him to figure out where we should go next. Peaceful Village. So you can go to certain levels, like in any order you really want to go see, because what does that do? Oh, that shows
Oh, it
us.
just plays the previous cutscene.
Oh, it shows us what we've recently unlocked and what we can do. Okay.
And here's where you can find all of your treasure.
Ooh, let's take a look-see.
100 in total.
Jeez. Are you able to like?
Also, probably go without saying, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to worry too much about all the treasures. I'm just going to go for what's immediately important.
Are
Do
you
you
able
click
to?
on them and see what they do?
No.
Huh? Oh, no, yeah, you just highlight them. That's more or less it.
They're
Do they
just
have a
icon.
name?
Nah, they're just icons.
Nope.
That's it?
It's the Game Boy.
That's
They
it.
can only hold so much information on these. All right, Peaceful Village
Yay, we get to come here at the daytime.
with the bakers and their wives.
Ah, yes, their wives, the Paragoons.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they are that. Oh, I'll be right back.
Oh my god.
What's up?
There was an official Wario Land 3 website from the year 2000.
Not surprising. There was a bunch of games back then that had their own web domain.
And it's like a full-blown guide on how to play the game and how to get through from point A to B and so forth.
Now, I could be bullshitting on this one, but I could have sworn at one point there was an official website dedicated to fucking Waluigi.
A Waluigi website?
Now, for all I know, it might just be like one of your, yeah, like a website dedicated to the Waluigi back when he was first a thing.
I'm
Though
kind
I
of
wouldn't be surprised if that was more so a joke on Nintendo Power's end.
I'm kind of scared to look into that.
Why? Because you might end up.
I don't want to end up bricking my computer from going onto a skeevy website named after Waluigi.
With a web domain that likely no longer exists.
Yeah.
That has since been taken over by
Ne'er-do-wells.
bad side of the internet. Exactly. Ne'er-do-wells that want your account
Or
information.
fuck it, Waluigi could have hijacked the site himself.
Oh, he absolutely would have.
And turned it into an OnlyWaz account.
And only was.
Or, you know, maybe he just... Maybe Waluigi is that kind of, like, perpetual loser that he doesn't know how to set up a website or whatever. Because that's how he was initially described, if I remember right.
Not again.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, honestly, like, I don't know if this is an opinion that a lot of people share, but I always likened Waluigi to be like, imagine the Chuck Jones variation of Daffy, but without any of the charm that version of Daffy has. Like, just this perpetual, always losing loser that's just
That's a
trying
big
his best
snake.
to be in the spotlight, but just never gets it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see him. I always see him as I always saw Waluigi as a pathetic shit.
I mean, hey, he kind of looks suave from time to time with that fucking rose.
Yeah, but let's be real here. That's just him boasting his own ego.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's his idea of being suave.
yeah, like
Or
I could
cool.
totally imagine it would totally be fitting where it's like, Waluigi thinks he's the sexiest man alive, but everyone else is like, no.
4 out of 5 Waluigis agree. Waluigi is the man of the year.
Yeah, in Bizarro World.
According to Time Magazine.
No, actually, not even in
Right.
Bizarro World, because they have standards.
That's saying a lot now that you mention that.
Waluigi is a perpetual anomaly in our reality and in Bizarro World.
Yeah, like, Bizarro looks at Waluigi, it's like, you weirdo.
Oh.
I don't get it.
So here's a clever use of physics.
Oh,
involving
I
a
see what
fountain.
you're gonna do. Now you have to ground pound.
There we go.
Or not.
I was doing, I don't know, I guess it was because he was in the middle of his donut tossing animation.
That could be it.
Wasn't there a puzzle like this in Wario Land 2?
I feel like there was.
Or am I thinking Wario Land 4?
Hard to say, really. Wario Land 2 is... Wario Land 2, aside from, certain plot beats, is not a game I completely commit to memory.
So what do we get this time?
This time, we get a book!
A book? Well, it's time for these!
It's the script to the game!
Send me the audio file. Maybe I'll give it a listen.
Wait, only the first couple pages are filled. What the heck?
What?
This script's a sham!
What is this, some kind of diary?
Dear Diary, today Wario looked at me and... Wait, this is Waluigi's book!
This is my diary!
Wario looked at him? Oh, God.
I thought that the writing looked familiar.
Dear Diary, Wario looked at me again today. He is such a looker.
Wait a minute, I was just looking in the mirror!
How does it know what I'm doing?
Meanwhile, he's like furiously writing down, how did I know?
It's like, he turns the page,
Dear Diary, I had a bagel for breakfast. I had a bagel for breakfast.
This book knows too much. It must be burned.
And yeah, you do want to be careful around the snakes, because if they... Oh, jeez. Not again.
Stupid bird.
Oh!
Oh!
Anyway.
imagine Wario just comes out with the fucking Chuck Jones holler. Or was it Mel Blanc?
Mel Blanc.
the what was it again?
The OH!
Mel Blanc.
Oh yeah, just those yells.
Yeah.
Remember when those were Mario's proto voices for 64?
Yeah.
I thought they were always that. When did they change things?
When they got Marne on.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. When they actually got a voice actor to do the job.
Oh. Well, knocking on wood here, but like, if ever comes a time where they have to replace Mario's voice, I hope they just replace him with stock clips of Chuck Jones or Mel Blanc.
Blanc. Well, you know what?
Chuck Jones is an animator.
Yeah. But I was about to say, you know what? If it brings you some kind of consolation, I know Frogger sounded like Mel Blanc in one of his games.
Like, imagine Mario 64, whenever you lose life, Mario just goes, "Oh, I'm dying again!"
And somebody end this poor fucker's life.
Man, I'm just thinking of like various clips that would apply that with Wario, where it's like someone turns on the lights while Wario's sleeping.
Turn off that light!
Those lights!
Whew, there we go. Just, honestly, yeah, that is an unfortunate reality we gotta face, that at some point or another, Charles Martinet is gonna have to retire, and I mean, I give the man nothing but respect for wanting to stick with it, even at his current age. But at the same time, it's like, who would be a decent enough successor?
Well, I guess it really depends on because that's something that I tend to see a lot of people think about when it comes to multiple actors for a character. It really boils down to would you want the next actor to be as pitch perfect similar to Marnie as possible, or would you be open to a new interpretation of how Mario would sound like?
Ian McKellen as Mario.
Who?
Who's that?
Gandalf the Grey.
Gandalf the Grey. Oh my god. Wait.
I'm pretty sure that would be a
bookmark.
Little bit...
Oh, it was a magic spell book.
Whoa!
Totally froze over the water.
Well, great. I guess Demeter...
Congratulations, Wario, you literally killed off an entire ecosystem.
Thank you.
Just what I wanted. Well, at least it's watery here.
This place is already suffering from eternal night. Freezing its water supply is probably the next big thing that'll kill it off.
Oh, grow up.
You're a monster, Wario.
Oh, what was your first clue, idiot?
Oh! What took you so long?
That's it. It's
Mario, you're not Wario, you're not really going to shoot that puppy, are you?
Yeah, in the face, why?
Yes, in the face. Why?
Man, it's funny we bring that up, because even with all the stupid shit Wario's done in his life, I don't think he's nearly as heartless as fucking Jack Horner is.
I pay him enough, he would be.
Yeah, you pay...
And I'm back.
Look, if Wario didn't have some sense of morality, and by that I mean, save the day and accept the reward with nothing else in the way.
Since I heard he just got back, Logan, answer us this. James was talking about how, as much of a dick Wario is, he wouldn't be as heartless as Jack Horner, and I said, pay him enough, he will be. Do you agree with that assertion?
I don't know.
Would he shoot an innocent puppy in the face?
If it got him money.
Yes, in the face, what?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there has to be at least one documented proof of Wario actually realizing that something was up and that he needed to do more. You know what? I think maybe it was... The most I could think of it would be maybe Wario Master of Disguise, but I think even then there's still some money motivating him to be better than Tiramisu and stuff.
I mean, that's just how it is. Wario, at the end of the day, he's a bastard, but he usually deals with bigger bastards than himself.
He's a big, stinky bastard.
Well, it's like when he was working with Waluigi for Bowser.
A Viking helmet!
I remember.
And this is the part we remember.
That was Bowser's
right.
shell.
This is the part we remembers. That's right.
My head is its own helmet.
That's right. That would actually be some shit if that was actually the Bull Wario helmet.
So
but no,
what
this
does
is
it do?
pretty much what we need in order to be able to break blocks that are above us again.
Oh, so you could finally do the Mario.
Make sure. Yep. Finally, it took us this long to remember we can do that.
You got that wrong. It's called Do the Wario. Mario stole it from me.
Oh. Also, was gonna say yes. Sorry, I am
And even
back.
worse, he turned it into a fucking walk cycle!
Oh yeah.
Swing your arms from side to side,
So
take
yes.
one step and then again. That's walking, you idiot!
But yeah, sorry about that.
I just got back from doing my stoutness exercises.
I'm
was
basically
it,
on this diet. I'm
Wario?
trying to do some more exercise.
Very good, Wario. Thank you for asking me, Wario. Oh, you're
He's just
very
talking
welcome,
to himself in the
Wario.
mirror.
There's something about talking to yourself is so funny. Anyway, as part.
For those expecting us to do a full session of this as a commentary, no.
My gosh, we can't do that again. But, was this actually the first game we ever did a commentary for?
No, that was for
it was
the
the first
original
game.
Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3.
Oh, that's right. It was right toward the very end, right?
Right, because
I just
remember
had
we
like
had
the dumb...
Yeah, we're
I
not
just had
doing
like
it
the
for one of
dumbest
these.
idea in mind. It's like
What's
Wario starts talking to himself in the mirror. He, his reflection says something funny, they both start laughing, then he's like, "Wah!"
Like he
and
realizes
then
that he's
fucking
been talking to
breaks the
his...
mirror.
As soon as he realized he's been talking. Oh, that I can see him doing that.
So that's
The
funny.
thing. Yeah.
That's funny. Now I'm just thinking back to what if he does something similar to on the Cuphead show, where it's like,
Who's the baddest of the bad? You are you handsome devil. Mwah.
See, that's the thing.
Right
Oh,
back
wait.
at you, big guy.
Can you jump? Can you jump and hold the jump button on top of him to bounce up higher?
I tried, it didn't work.
Oh. Yeah, darn. Okay. There was another door in there I saw.
But how do we get
Yeah,
to it?
that leads back to the switch I pressed.
Oh, I thought that was. Oh yeah.
But, James,
Dang.
man, the switch you pressed, it's in your hands. What do you think you're playing on?
Oh.
You liar! It's a Pro Controller!
Oh, that is true. He's doing that. Otherwise, because that is the touche.
Whenever he does that eyes half closed expression, I
yeah,
expect
he's-
him to be like, really? This shit again? Really? The bottom of the barrel.
I want
That's
to go
all
back.
it takes.
I want to go
Yeah.
back to what we were talking about with Wario talking to his reflection. Now I just have
And
this-
then does a funny scream.
Well, not even just that, just the general idea of Wario talking to another Wario. Wario's his own therapist, like in the last season of Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
I mean, I just
But then
assumed
Mario,
that-
we don't say his name here. This is a safe place. Sorry,
Yes,
Doctor.
Doctor. Sorry, Doctor. You see, after I kidnapped in his castle, I only assumed that eventually he would just
Wah!
But he hasn't aged at all. I mean, like a bit.
He just sounds like that stupid
Put on that
Star-Lord.
sombrero that one time. The Star-Lord. And I think he's...
Star-Lord, man, the legendary outlaw.
I'm pretty sure he's working with a raccoon or something.
And I think that Wario is going to be here forever.
If only there was someone that could take care of my problem. Yes.
One can only hope. Just synchronize all of us at the same time for that, please. And just...
Oh, oops.
It's just, now I want you to do that now, Hype. At some point, I want you to draw two to three Warriors just all like
A
in
chorus
the
of
in the
Warriors.
therapist chair, just all looking at the screen.
Barbershop quartet.
One can only hope. Anyway, I think I actually. Oh yeah, I forgot we go this way.
Yeah, I think I was supposed to go this way instead.
Zombos!
Nope. Oh. Okay. Are you okay?
Okay, bring it, mama!
I'm amused by the weirdest things.
Oh, wait a
it
minute. I don't
happened.
want to be here yet.
Ooh, wait,
It
can we go
happens.
through that window?
We could, but
We can. I just realized I think I need to get the key first. That's somewhere in this
yeah,
floor.
it's down one of these paths. Let's see.
Gotta say, this is a very spooky looking level.
It really is.
Yeah, unfortunately we are immune to fire. We need to lumber along to the light this way.
Thankfully, Moonlight also counts.
Diagonal moonlight at that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait.
A
Yeah,
whispering
you know, I would
stove.
say actually in this case rewind. Let's
How
go
far,
all the way
though?
back before we fell down here. So like, let's actually go out that window and see what happens.
Oh, the window I went through down there.
Or do you think that leads to the chest?
I think it leads to the chest.
'Cause I-
Let's check. You know what? Heck with it. We shall test that theory now.
Because if not, I did have one other idea, which is that there is that.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. We're just in time for the nighttime game.
Oh, really?
The bunny rabbit.
Was that a turtle?
We have to play soccer with him.
Ooh.
I forget, is that...
It's the tortoise and the hare batting against us.
I was about to say, I forgot it. Is that the same rabbit boss from 2?
Yes.
Its design is heavily. I don't know if it's considered the same character or not, but it's definitely the same design.
That's how I figure, because now instead of basketball, he's all about soccer.
I know the original boss was named Dunk. I forget what this one's name
I'll look
is.
him up.
Or if it's.
I think it's called Oops.
I'll look it up.
Or Shoot.
This one's a
Hold
little
on,
tricky
let me
though,
check.
because we gotta get him past the turtle guard. Dang.
It's
Yeah,
called
it probably would be
Shoot.
easier if I could grab stuff again. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No! Wait! Stop!
Come on.
No!
Oh, no.
And the turtle is totally on his side.
What a cheating little shit.
But at the very least, it's not actually. At the very least, it's not an immediate loss. Just don't let that happen 2 more times. Also, okay.
Well, here's the question. Like, how are you supposed to get him? Well, he just stands there and you can't even do it.
oh, can you
you
actually
tackle the turtle?
You can.
Yeah, you
okay, that's it.
can.
Tackle the turtle and then shoot him in.
There you go.
But also looked it up. Yes.
Hey, that was totally fair. Yeah, you're one to
It's
judge.
not like I have a goalie.
So okay, so I looked it up. It is no relation. No relation is specifically stated, though heavily implied. This rabbit's name is Shoot.
I just said that.
Sorry. I generally thought you were just saying shoot as in shoot the ball now.
Shoot the ball, you ding dong.
Apologize.
Let's
My
try
Mario
it again,
Weekend
shall
skills
we?
are slower.
You dingle belly.
But yeah, I realize now we will need the red key. However, I realize now what we could do is we could always hit that switch and then just go back to, because I think that switch affects all blocks around the entire level.
Oh, so it's a shortcut?
Well, this will lead us to the chest. Now
Hey!
come on.
You should have just, like, jumped on it.
I'll admit this boss isn't one of my favorites.
But
Well, it
this one-
seems
Even if it is an
very...
interesting idea in hindsight.
It seems kind of boring.
Yeah.
Oh, less boring, just a little tricky. Just because, again, the turtle can... The turtle's totally helping the rabbit cheat.
Yep.
Oh,
It's like, what side are you on, man?
Stay down.
I thought you were supposed to beat the hare.
I thought you were an impartial
Oh, right in. That's it.
goalie.
Kaboom! And now the turtle is an elevator.
Ooh.
Okay, so maybe he is neutral.
Okay,
And
maybe he
yeah,
is
there's
my
the
bad
chest.
guy.
But we gotta come back.
Oh well, we'll be back, folks.
Ow.
Oh.
Screw you. That hurt.
He sounds silly.
Yeah, and I'll
He
just...
sounds like a sheep, like Iki said.
Yeah. There he is.
There we go.
Alright, be right back again.
Back to where we started.
If only there were a fast travel option.
Literally just... If only... Jesus. I guess while I'm still playing this now, I guess I will comment on...
Uh-huh.
Hmm?
While we're here, I can't comment real quick that while playing this game through this new service, I will say I'm not the biggest fan of how desaturated everything looks.
Is it desaturated, or is it just looking at the screen a different way?
I mean, say if you were playing this game on an emulator or whatever. Otherwise, they definitely toned it down a bit for the sake of this game, or for the sake of the service, and I mean, I can understand why. But otherwise, it's like,
Ooh!
I can settle with it.
A glass jar!
It's actually our second music box.
Yep, our second one out of 5.
Okay.
Nice!
I will say, like,
Okay.
just in terms of like critiquing the NSO stuff we got today, the only critique I have so far is I'm not the biggest fan of the button placements that you have to use for it.
Can you remap them?
I mean, no. Well, technically you can, but that would also mean
Oh, the system menu. Oh,
it
yeah,
would
the
apply to the
system
entire
menu.
console, not just any specific app.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's something they need to fix.
Well, there we go.
Looks like we could go for a swim.
But yeah, the music box calls us straight to the riverbank, all the way back where we started.
I wish there were a quick travel option.
And this is it. It's pretty quick.
Technically there is, but I think you don't unlock that until either later or... Yeah, not until... Or you know what, never mind. Technically, you can do it right here.
Oh!
And just, like, go back and forth. I don't know what that third option is on that little thing, but, I think...
That relates to another artifact that you can... that I think is optional, but, in case I don't get in this playthrough, it allows you to change the time of day, no matter what.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, until then, I think that's actually a good place to stop now we've gotten 2 of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree. We got 2 out of the 5, and I think we're more or less good for now. So stay tuned next time as I swim through the riverbank like a graceful manatee.
Wow.
It's the salmon that swims upriver, Wario.
Shut up.
I thought it was frogs. Anyway, we'll see you all next time.